I'm happy to be, shut up with that statement. I'm happy for JFT to show us what they're capable of. And I'm also ecstatic, actually, that Danny G is back on Dust2, his home ground.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, maybe he was just waiting for the map pool change to come back in. He heard that Dust2's back in the pool, and he said, I'm back, baby. Straight into the game. Let's go. JFT up against Rooster. Top of the table here in ECL Oceania versus the bottom of the table team. You'd expect a bit of a somp, but I am crossing my fingers, crossing my toes for a bit better of a game.
Crossing those toes. I'm proud that you've done that.
I can actually
really.
I can cross all of them, but that's a story for another time.
Is that Dan's?
We got Dan's in the server. All right. And he's fragging. What year is this?
Dan's coming from Goulburn. Not there anymore. Doing work. And it looks like we are going to see Rooster just tear him a bloody new one. Picks everywhere. Chaotic, and JFT just had no idea what to do there. I respect the uppers push and the attempt, but yeah, Rooster were very much ready for that.
Try to get active. Straight out of Goulburn. Hit him with the Goulburn peak. You love to see it. Nice little 2K for Dance in the pistol there. Chell and Salami have gotten on the board. Forcefire coming in from the CT side. We will see if it's going to bear any fruit here. Rooster going to throw a little bit of a Russian smoke towards long, do a little bit of a tickle, but they're not in a rush to be going anywhere. And as you are seeing on Dust2 nowadays, especially against some of the more aggressive buys, the T's playing very passively, aware that the lower dark aggression or uppers crunch could be a possibility that they have to keep in the back of their mind.
Oh, Dan's has got that golden view model. The Nico view model. Everyone seems to be adapting. Bit of contact on short. JFT falling off with the info. But still playing a decent setup.
Yeah, Rooster still more or less in a 1-3-1. Keeping eyes on the extremities, trying to punish any flanks. Progression Molly up on the short does push. I'm going to say Kaze. Kaze's come to Os. Freeman's come to Os. Kaze's come to Os. All of the China players and Hong Kong players now realizing, and Malaysian players in this case, realizing that you got to come down under to Oceania to learn how to play the game. Honestly,
is it
Kaze?
Hang on, was it the Freeman lineup that qualified just before to the Mesa thing?
They just qualified. Yeah, they just qualified to an international event.
Huge.
Freeman in Oceania. I never thought I'd see the day. Nice couple of entries coming out of Rooster. I mean, that really is just a beautifully constructed anti-half buy round, isn't it? They just sold in a 1-3-1 for most of the round. Progression Molly to take that short control. And then they just simple pieces of utility that just absolutely roll JFT over. Honestly, I think you needed to see something a little bit more special out of JFT there. They just kind of sat stagnantly a little bit in those positions when they have both a util and a weaponry disadvantage. You need to probably push something, probably take a bit more of a risk or stack something if you're going to try to be picking up that round.
Yeah, I think their risk was just that mid-peak at the start. They shot like 3 bullets and then fell back off into that short setup. But unfortunately, weren't able to hold that. But let's see what they're going to be able to do here with a Hero Deagle in the hands of Kaze.
Love it. My favorite Malaysian player. It's, look, not a lot going right for JFT in this game, lads. I'm not going to mince words here. Not too much to talk about. Deagle doesn't get much done either. Dan's is somehow sharp. He's got to be at least 53 by this point.
It's MC. He's been whipping him into shape in the bloody face at Qs, mate.
Is that what it is? Is that what it is? Okay. Interesting. I mean, MC probably the closest thing that Oceania has to a top-level performer these days. So fair enough, honestly. If that's who you're queuing up with, then you're probably not doing too badly for yourself.
Larko Taco with the Galil in hand, looking to potentially sneak onto Dance here, who is very hungry for a kill. But won't be able to get that one.
Ooh, punished. I mean, Dan's out of the game. He'd love to just rock up for a best of 2 and be a 1.6 rated HLTV player. That is probably the goal for him tonight. Let's be honest. Going smoothly for Rooster, but we haven't seen a gun round from JFT just yet. They have had some closer games. They have taken a map so far in ECL, so got to give some credit. They have made it into this league. This is a rough opponent for them in this matchup. There's no two ways about it. But for teams like JFT, for me, Mac, all I want to see from them is some degree of competitiveness, some good rounds here or there. That's not a good start to it. Peeking Suicide into Chelios is exactly that. And they will lose the AWP right off the rip here.
Oof. Lovely little mid pressure out of TJ. Lyco not quite ready for the advanced position. And there's just no information there for JFT at all. You can see Elf Milk wanting to keep full focus on that mid B smoke. And Kaze only has a flash and that M4 to try and really hold on to hit.
So is that the Dan's view model you're talking about being the Nico one, right?
Yes. It's like slightly closer to the middle.
We used to call that the we used to call that the Quake view model.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
I think the theory is, right, you get to see a little bit on the right side of your screen if you are playing stretched.
Right, okay, cool.
Where like most people are playing stretched these days, right?
Of course. Nice couple of picks back from JFT, but they are still 3-on-3 in an afterplant trying to retake the B site. That's going to be difficult for most teams. Molly on in. Couple flashes scaled up over the top. Can they break into the site here? They're not even going to attempt it. They're just going to throw some util in and opt to save these couple of rifles, I guess. Is there an AWP to retrieve for them? There is. Kaze with an AWP in hand. Color me surprised.
Yeah, they'll be happy with that. F Society 16-14 Renegades Dust2, never forget.
Okay. That's a throwback. Herbs, my goat. What was it? Herbs, Dan's. Who else is playing for that kind of team? Oh my god, it's so long ago now. Was it a blackout? Maybe that was after blackout era. I don't know, man. That's a good. That's got to be a good 10+ years ago now. Like I'm getting old, guys.
Dust2 Face It League Stage 3 OS, casted by James Bardoff and DDK.
Love to see it. Much better casters than we get nowadays. Am I right?
Am I right? Good long hold for the moment, but timing on the swing and those shots. That's that Perth peak for you. ASAP, right on out. Finding a nice little triple for the round already. And that should be the round done and dusted. JFT just looking to hold that cross at range. Coffee. We'll have to deal with that smoke at some point. But again, Rooster, just playing patiently, grouping up, making sure that they are going to be close enough to trade this one out easily.
Once again, you're in just save simulator for JFT. Struggling to win some of these duels in the early to mid round and find too much impact. They just are unfortunately rudderless right now. On this CT side, maxing out the loss bonus with 2 players surviving, they can actually go for a double drop, and Kaze with 2k in the bank can probably buy himself up. So we will get another gun round on the tail end of this at least.
This is before my time.
Start seeing.
By the way,
What's
this
that?
is Shake, PBK, and Sicko with Dans and Herbs.
Oh, PBK.
Yeah. P8K.
I don't even know who P8K. Oh, P8K.
Is it?
What was his alias? There's got to be. Oh, is that Payback? That's Payback.
Payback.
Okay.
There you go.
Payback. Say the rest. Payback. Dance.
And
Herbs.
Shake.
Who else? Shake. Yeah, I remember Shake. And then who else? There's got to be one more.
Sicko.
Sicko. Oh, of course. Yeah, I remember that. That's like Direwolves kind of roster.
Yeah.
Yeah. Payback was like, you would have, you loved grinding the FPLs. You would have loved playing with Payback back in the day, I'm sure. That dude was a big pugger. He loved running the pugs back. You would have gotten on great.
Hell yeah. My man. Well, we got a lot of puggers in this game too. So, look, Coffee, heavy pugger, Elf Milk. I think he's been grinding his way towards the top. Also, very young individual. You got Kaze and
like
Exy. Those two have been pretty decent to play with, and they're heavily known in the OS community as pug spammers. They love a good queue.
Yeah. I feel like the pug spammers are different nowadays. Like the pug spammers nowadays are like exchange younger guys. I felt like back in the era of the team you're talking about, the puggers were like people from 1.6 or Source who are like 30-year-old Aussie guys or like mid to late 20s Aussie guys like yelling at you for doing something dumb. And nowadays, like puggers is mostly like younger guys.
Oh. Okay, we got a round.
Yeah, much better stuff.
A couple of nice angles found. JFT able to use that mid pressure effectively. Should be able to spot this bomb in the lowers.
Okay.
But TJ, he's looking for this 1v5. He wants that. He wants those JWS. Sorry, RWS.
R-dubs.
Yeah.
Get the R-dubs. Come on.
I'm still waking
You
up.
even have that on Face It or not?
Nah, you got to. You don't have anything on Face It. You just got a KD, average kills, all that.
Got to miss the R-dubs leaderboard where you get a skin as a prize if you bait harder than everyone else. Lovely.
Hell yeah.
That was a nice round from JFT though. That's kind of what they need, but they need to consistently string these together. Money's still pretty good for Rooster. 1900 loss bonus, so I think even if they do lose this round, they probably have another buy in the back pocket. So you're going to have to win another 2 good CT gun rounds back-to-back if you want to reset this tier economy here. Long line established for JFT early on. Do have a player kind of prodding the middle of the map in Elf Milk here. I don't know how you milk an elf, but I'll ask Jordan Mays and see what he says. I'll get back to you guys.
Of course. Grew up on the farm, milking elves. Of course. Christmas time was always a bit crazy for him. You probably shouldn't ask him, it might trigger him. That being said, Elf Milk probably going to get triggered with that 2-man peek. Unfortunate crosshair placement, just threading the needle between them. And with the short control, we've also got Slimy lurking late at long. Could just be the full crunch. 3 CTs here, though. But you can see Kaze second-guessing himself with the crisscross smoke being thrown. Also, there's this new adaptation of the lurk smoke, which has the waterfall effect on that left side of CT. You've seen a few pros abusing that just to go for the CT drop as well.
Rooster just not really doing too much of anything. Waiting to see if there's going to be a re-aggression or some kind of mistake out of JFT. With 25 seconds, they are going to kick off the rest of this round. Still so much utility. So many flashes in the kit. But they still don't flash Coffee off the line. They're still just going to go ahead and trade him out the old-fashioned way. 4-on-3 now for Rooster as they establish this plant for short. And JFT, they've got a lot of work to do. They've got to try to probably recontest this retake by retaking short. There's already multiple Ts looking to fight there.
Nice shot out of Kaze. Chell very much ready for the repeat. And Dan's a crispy one-tap to close out the round. 6-1 now. And Rooster very heavily in the lead. But JFT, they got a little bit of money to reinvest into this round after a clean one in the prior.
Yeah. Try to keep things as competitive as possible, but this game is pretty quickly going by the wayside for them, unfortunately. See what they come up with in this round. Orb has gone over to Coffee once again. Have established that long control. Rooster have not really been interested in contesting it too much. They've instead been quite happy to take short control and maybe lurk out middle, look for a pick, and they've consistently caught people off guard doing exactly that. Just a dry contact straight out middle. Coffee hits the deck early on. Elf Milk all on his lonesome. His teammate is not really in a position to really offer him any support, and he just crumbles.
Okay. That lurk smoke out of tunnels. This is the cover that Kaze could have used. But Dance, good clearance. Just on that left side of tunnels, making sure no stone goes unturned. And Rooster will be able to convert themselves to a 7th now.
Good stuff. Timeout's going to come out for JFT. They've got to stop this big string of rounds going in the favor of Rooster. This game is very much getting out of control for them. See what they're going to come up with. Would have thought that they'd be taking the timeout into a round maybe that they had better money in, honestly, but not going to be the case. Just force buying into a famous M4. I mean, I guess they still do have full loss bonus, so they're able to at least put rifles together. But I feel like Coffee's been having a couple of decent kills with the AWP on the gun rounds. So that might be something that they're sorely missing.
What are you sorely missing at the moment, Mitch? Now that you're back in Australia, what do you miss from Korea?
Honestly, mate, I missed Australia much more.
There you go.
And I'm glad to be back. Surely you miss... What do you feel the same?
Yes, I just don't like thinking about it.
Post bias. Yeah. What a bloody,
bro, I miss
what a bloody
5
fantastic,
ping, bro. I miss 5 ping so badly.
fantastic country. Hey, my internet's terrible at the moment, if it makes you feel any better. Rooster.
I miss
We're going to take this short control.
Kevin's made it smell like him.
Oh my god. It's not good. So spread his scent.
Yeah.
Mark this territory.
Oh. Did Kaze not see that?
Nope.
Mustn't have.
TJ just tapped his head off. He's been looking sharp this game.
Nope.
Good game from TJ. I've cursed him, but he's been traded pretty swiftly. Nothing to be too upset about.
Yeah,
Rooster in a 4-on-3. They've got control of the A site for now.
Rooster have established that JFT are incredibly weak on short, and they are going here super regularly. And it's not looking too good for Larko and Coffee here, but at this point, you're 6 rounds down. You may as well, honestly, just give it a crack, knowing that your fate could already be sealed, and your opponents are just that little bit better. Slimy and Chell happily taking the final 2 picks. And 8 already on the T side is looking even more grim. JFT can have almost nothing to buy into the next.
Yeah, just not a game that's gone terribly well for them, unfortunately. Going to be back onto the half bite, see what they can get done with the pistols and armor. Rooster just looking to further extend their lead, further extend their advantage. Had a great game so far. Got to be happy with how it's going. Aggression into lower dark and a short setup, and this time Rooster's going to switch things up, especially against the pistols. Just take those long range. You've already conditioned the other team that you've hit the middle of the map time and time again. You've been, as you mentioned before, abusing short. And JFT just unfortunately a step behind in the calling this time.
Ooh, okay. Kaze managing to open up the festivities. Find the upgrade. Full clear the upper tunnels area. But little does he know, he's poked the beehive. Rooster going for this full rotation. Looking to potentially re-clear uppers, expecting that A stack off the info. And Kaze, he will fall. And that might be a quick B take off the back of this one. Mid-door smoke, couple of flashes to slow things down, but Rooster not wanting to walk straight into upper tunnels with that good spacing. And happy just to contact through and eventually end up on the old B site. And the Coffee with that deagle, gazing through the doors, and it will be, oh, crosshair taken off at just the wrong moment. Info from TJ, able to spot these CTs through the doors, but JFT, as we mentioned before, are going to be happy to give this one a red hot crack. Flash through the doors, no one going with it, and that's the only piece of util that JFT had. Flood in the window in a moment. But this molly is going to be ticking on them. TJ ready for the flood. And that should just be that. Dan's happily snatching away XC at the end. And Rooster just asserting their dominance.
Yeah, right at the top of the table for a reason. Hoping that we see a resurgence, a return to form for Rooster. I don't know what kind of iteration of Rooster this is, though. Whether this is just the boys having a good time together, playing some games of Counter-Strike and seeing how far it goes, or if they're kind of pracking at the moment. A little bit more on the heavy side.
Yeah.
Not sure what the expectations for Rooster are these days, really. They have been, like I said, playing some of those Asian qualifiers and things like that. First pick from Chelios. Oh dear, this short setup has just not worked at all for JFT.
Yeah, maybe if they use some support from like a flash from a B-ramp player or something like that, could be a nice adjustment on those swings. But we're not seeing that. Coffee going to be able to at least grab one back. But dropping it to CT means that A side is going to be very difficult to hold from here, mollied off. And there is space for days for Rooster to get this bomb planted. Once it's retrieved, re-molly to CT, just continuing to buy the time. Kaze, oh, not going to get his head ripped off. Chell misses the flick, smokes off short, and we'll get to a safer position back with the boys. Kaze saying, flash me in, Chief. Coffee going to be doing just that. And unfortunately, there is a smoke around the corner. So JFT should just be utilitied out off the back of this one. But at least they've got an AWP and an AK. Arguably, two of the better weapons that you could have into the next round, if you save them. Which they will. Hopefully. Someone asked in chat, did the house bets game get cancelled? I'd assume it would have been, because I'm pretty sure they're in Sweden right now for the Pro League. Or at least traveling there. They got, what day is it? Some Tuesday now, right? I think they got to be there on Thursday. So they probably have to leave today to make that safely.
Let's see how they go. I don't really have any expectations for them, to be perfectly honest. As I kind of alluded to before, like I feel like right now it's kind of a weird time for teams of this level in Oceania. Don't really know what you're expecting from them or what you're going to get from them sometimes.
Yeah. Oh!
He's been pretty good at winning that fight. Just needs to nail down some more different fights. But that lower dark angle, you do not challenge him on that line. He's got that one figured out.
Okay, but how do you convert from here as JFT? You've got the man advantage. You just need to not throw. You get some kind of info, lock down a mid B split, or even just that B pump that looks like it's coming. Ooh,
yeah, I think
they're Hang on. Uh-oh. Is this good? It could have been good.
Could have been good. I think they're doing exactly what they need to be doing, really. But at the same time, the problem with this setup is it just all falls apart if you don't trade well on short here.
Yeah, and this has been a weakness. We've spoken about that earlier, and many rounds. Elf Milk getting the good info on Xbox here. And they're just going to be going straight out mid-doors, crisscross smokes, just to deny that vision. The crisscross smoke, of course, will let TJ just going straight up towards the door side. Should be able to swing in. Good info, good entries. Elf Milk will be able to take Chell down from the back. But we've still got sight control, and this bomb getting planted with plenty on the clock. Dan's with tons control now. Bomb planted for him. And just a molly and 2 AWPs for a retake. Honestly, I couldn't have thought... couldn't think of anything worse to try to retake the B site, but let's see what they've got for us. If the T's peak and don't hit their shots, maybe there's a chance, but it will be an 11-1 half.
that's so overrated. Yeah, if you make one, you will fall. Too much of a temptation. Yeah, there's a comfort in the crawl. Now I've been on my feet too long. I know I'm strong, just looking for some solid ground, so I can start to run. I don't wanna be tired, moving so bad. I don't wanna be tired. Feels like it's my time. I don't need your light. Don't you waste your time. Don't you waste your time. Don't you waste your
We are back with a second half, but will it be a half or just like a 1/10? We'll figure out in a moment, depending on how the pistol goes. JFT could maybe get their way back into the game, or Rooster could close us out with a nice pistol and a solid anti-eco with a 13-1 stomp on the horizon. It's going to be a bloodbath at long. There is one flash for TJ to play off. Good timing on it. On the CTs, they're going to be able to hit the sharper shots, although everyone from JFT are now going to be spotted, playing at range. Chell feeling very confident indeed. And as the helping hand right next to him of Dan's, it's Chell to close. And this map may be donezo. When we hopefully, very much hopefully, we could see a little bit of train on the cards for map 2 of the evening.
Indeed.
Very hopefully. Like Englando.
Getting a 4-spy here for JFT. I think for a team like JFT, they are the exact kind of team that does probably want to play a train. Not a whole lot else has particularly been going right for you, so I think you probably want to just go onto the less played map in the pool and see if you can try to get a W at the end of the day. That's not the best nade I've ever seen.
That's just CS2 for you. It's alright. It's alright, Slimy. No one saw it. Don't get embarrassed.
Not on the mainstream or anything. All good. JFT have left the bomb in spawn Mac. That could be a problem.
Yeah.
But maybe they don't expect to get into an after plant.
They're just gonna kill him. Look at this. Wait, do they know that they have no idea Kaze's here? But Kaze had no idea Dan's was there, so Dan's could react in time. Elf Milk going to be able to find TJP pushing through long doors, getting a bit ambitious. But these weapons don't scream go a long. But that's where they're going.
Yeah. See if they can make them work. Mac 10, Techie, and an MP9 up against Famus is at range. Should favor the CTs most days of the week. Nice shot from Coffee. Larko Taco grabbing himself a dink on the way through and up onto the site. That's going to be Rooster 13-1 domination from them today. Not much less to be expected, to be honest, from the top of the table team here in ECL Oceania against the team at the bottom of the table. But I was hoping